Oh, we're not.
The channel
SPD.
There we
live.
go. We're live now.
Yeah,
Dog
Hi.
man.
Dog man.
His name is
Just ask Meow.
Anubis Kruger. Okay. Hi, everybody.
Oh, we're in the countdown.
Anubis. Oh, okay, good. I can send you guys Anubis Kruger.
Is it the final countdown?
Yeah.
Countdown.
Also,
Do-do-do-do-do.
can I get someone to check for the music? See how it is.
I
I
am
am on
putting
it.
right now.
I got an ad. No, I'm not. No, I'm not. This is Bondway.
You shouldn't get an ad.
Bonway, you must have a time machine. Yeah, I'm
I
checking.
can't
Oh,
hear
yeah,
music, but I can hear us talking.
Is
We are
I can
audible.
Are we?
yeah, we are audible. Yeah.
That's okay. I can talk more about Anubis Kruger.
Can you hear now? we are live, I think. We'll have someone double check that in the meantime. But if we are
Yeah.
live,
We're
hello!
You're
good.
live.
Welcome to the Cat's
Hello.
Meow RPG show. With today, we'll be playing another issue of Masks: A New Generation. Specifically, issue 2 of Masks Unregistered.
That's us, baby. We're unregistered.
Yeah. Alright, with that, I think we will go around the proverbial table and do a brief introduction to start with. Introduction of yourself and a little bit about your character and any other things you want to talk about. Let's start with Bob.
Damn it, I thought that might be the case. I was like, wait, who's my character again? So I am Bob. I'm playing cosplay, aka Levi, I think. Yes, that's right.
Yeah.
And
Levi London.
he's really stuck in the 90s for some reason. But yeah, he seems to be largely out of place and a little green and oddly connected to some older dude. It's for the registration stuff.
Oh, goodness. That wasn't ominously worded at all.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Next up, Rebecca.
Oh boy, that's me. I expect to be second. I'm Rebecca. I play Zadie Rubin, aka Pluck, and I'm the leader of our little team. Kind of weird, creative sort of kid, but wouldn't necessarily expect it from her demeanor.
Very nice. Next up, Mars.
Cool. I'm Mars, and I'm playing Kai Quinn, aka Sparks, and he has a very complicated relationship with his mother, as you do, and not having a fun time at the moment. But yeah.
Fair enough. Alright, next up, Gary.
I'm Gary. I'm playing Gideon Rubin, aka Arcane, the younger, maybe older brother of
Younger. I don't care what anyone says. I'm still older than
mysteriously-
you.
who mysteriously disappeared 5 or 6, was it 5 years ago? And has returned and is a practitioner of the mystic arts.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
He's pretty cool.
And next up, last but certainly not least, Liam.
Hi, everybody. I'm Liam. I play Archie McIntyre, also known as Pariah. What? What do you have to say to me? Did I say my own name right?
McIntyre!
No. Okay, good. It's been a little while since we last played, so I might not have my Pariah voice right, but I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for a little while. We're getting back to it. We're going somewhere. Who knows where?
Yeah. All right then. With that, we will end with hi, I'm Mark, and today I'll be the editor for this game, aka the GM. And yeah, I think with that we can begin our little Masks superhero adventure. All right. With that, where we last left off, our heroes had interrupted what seemed to be a big bank heist of some sort, where it seemed a robot villain by the name of Binary was attempting to steal a precious USB from inside one of the safes, or lockboxes inside one of the safes. The team managed to recover the USB, and upon getting into it, discovered a message left by the previous Pariah. Essentially talking about a location where he plans to keep a lot of information, or at least planned in the past. Cosplay actually managed
He's
to
dead
recognize
now.
this location. Yeah, he died, unfortunately. But cosplay managed to know about this location due to knowing Pariah in the past, and the party came together with Arcane casting a big spell to attempt to teleport them to the location. I think with that, we are actually going to begin the issue with a completely different scene. We have a large panel of what looks to be a graveyard, a place where a funeral has been set up. We see the large coffin before it's about to be lowered into a grave. We see a number of people that are standing around in that classic kind of seating area you see in like every film. Just the family and what looks to be a few other people. But we specifically focus on a single person, specifically on Archie McIntyre, aka Pariah. However, this is before he took up the mantle, as we find him sitting or standing, whichever you think would make more sense, Liam, with an umbrella as it's raining in classic fashion.
Archie's definitely standing. It's been a bad day for him, and I think if he sits, it would just acknowledge how tired he is.
Fair enough. I think it is with that we just see you standing there in the rain, an umbrella allowing the rain to fall off it, as we see the scene move over to another panel that shows the gravestone. The gravestone itself bearing a name, and that name being something.
Whatever you want. I'm flexible.
I did come up with a name for it. I think I sent it to Bob like ages ago, but I may not have.
I think, yeah,
I don't know
I
if we
think we
came up
both
with a name
did.
for him.
What? Which one? Where?
Name of the original Pariah.
Oh yeah,
Something.
you did. It said, please hold technical difficulties. Uh,
I had it written down somewhere, but my notes are a bit sparse.
yeah,
It's
hold
hard.
on, I got it right here. Max.
It's
Right.
Max
Maxie?
sounds right.
McIntyre.
It's hard for me to find notes.
McIntyre.
It's hard for me to find our notes in our DMs because it's coupled with a bunch
I
of
know.
JoJo's memes.
Yeah. But yes, it says Max McIntyre. And that is the image we start on, as we then pull back to Archie, as a hand is placed on his shoulder, and he looks over to see his mother in, dark black dress and one of those shawls that kind of covers the face that a strange widow would wear, standing in the shadows of someone's funeral. But in this case, you know who it is.
Hmm.
As she just looks to you, her eyes kind of red with tears, or puffy after being crying for a while, as she just looks to you and wordlessly tries to comfort you despite being quite distressed herself. What's going through Archie's mind in this moment?
Archie's thinking mostly about how distant Uncle Max was from the family. He was always a part of it and he was always close, but his struggles with mental health and what the rest of the family had kind of labeled as delusions for him made it so that they weren't allowed to be there for him when he needed it, and everybody thinks that this is his fault. And I think that idea is just something that even though Archie isn't totally able to process it yet, it's really embedded itself into him. Um, there's just a deep sense of injustice that feels like it's coming from this. And though his mother was one of the only members of the family not to cut Max out because it was too hard to be to love him, I think there's still an element of just anger that's a little bit directed towards her too for not doing more, and it's mostly at himself too, you know.
Alright. It's with this, as you're kind of exploring your feelings and thoughts in your mind, we see just the panel of Archie's face as he's kind of looking down. There's kind of darkness in his eyes, before we see another panel that shows a similar expression but with a different background. As we then find Archie inside what is basically like a school therapist's office. As he's kind of sitting there on a couch opposite another panel, which we get to see the actual therapist. We see a Dr. Daniels, who sits there kind of with his notepad and a pencil as he goes, "So Archie, you've been through quite a bit in this short amount of time. I just want to check in and make sure things are going well for you."
Yeah, sure, Doc, they're fine.
Have you been keeping up with your friends? You know, keeping social is an important part of the grieving process. Wouldn't want you to become lost.
Oh, of course. I've been trying to make sure I accept every party invitation, and that after I finish my homework, I get to go out and see a movie with my friends whenever I can.
I see. The psychologist jots down a few notes before looking up and going. And I know that it is sometimes at inopportune times we find ourselves remembering our loved ones that we've lost. Have you thought much about your uncle in the past, let's say, 3 weeks?
I think there's a moment where the outfit comes to Archie's mind, and the gloves are coated in just a little tiny bit of blood. Before he's back, and he goes, "It's hard not to think about him every once in a while, Doc, but I'm adjusting just fine." How much longer are these sessions going to be mandated?
Well, it looks like we're probably going to have a few more before the semester is over with. But don't worry, I don't plan to make this a difficult thing for you. I understand you're going through a lot, with finals just around the corner, and thinking about what your plans are for the rest of your life. Just know that I'm always here if you ever need someone to talk to.
Don't worry, Doc. I think the mandatory sessions are enough to get me through my grief.
Right. Well, in that case, I think that's about all we have for today. How about I see you in, let's say, a couple weeks. Give you some time to mull over some things and perhaps some strategies we've discussed in previous sessions.
Sure.
I think with that we zoom back on Archie's face, as we then see it transfer to that of the mask that he wears as Pariah. As eventually we see the scene behind you transform into a very kaleidoscopic kind of colors, as we then come back to you and the group that are currently teleporting through just a miasma of thought and memory and identity and reality. It's just a complete mess of energies as you are being thrown through the world, eventually, hopefully, ending up where your destination is meant to be.
Here's hoping.
Fully.
It is this point we see the group of you appear in a scene about 10 feet off the ground, before you all suddenly fall into a lake as there is a splash of water.
What?
Shit.
God, Gideon. Maybe aim a little better next time.
Oh, I'm just surprised it even worked at all. I could have taken us to the fifth moon of Jupiter.
What one is that? Io or whatever?
Okay.
Maybe mention that next time.
Oh, I
I think
did.
he tried.
Yeah. Well, at the very least, we're not dead. That's a plus. That's a plus.
It's Callisto, by the
it's-
way.
Whatever. I was one of them, though.
Archie is currently just hacking up water on the shore of wherever we're at, just like really uncomfortable, out of breath, more so than you would imagine for the situation we were just in.
Yep. I also feel like Kai's just kind of had to take off his glasses because now he cannot see shit.
Yeah, probably same for Levi, honestly.
All right. Well, we're all right though. Just wet, and let's figure out where we are.
Oh, I don't
Are
like.
you
Are you good?
okay?
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm fine.
Well, come on. Let's get you dried off. Come on. And she'll like kind of go up to him and be like,
I'm
Can I-
fine.
"You're good. All
I'm
right.
fine. I'm good.
Okay. I
just need a
believe
second.
you.
So, Gideon kind of looks around, brushing off his coat and everything. Where exactly are we?
I think it's with this point as you manage to all crawl your way to the shore, desperately trying to dry yourself off. You look over to see what looks to be a cabin that seems to be built near the lake. You, Cosplay, immediately recognizes the place you were trying to go to. This is the one
Does
that
it look
belongs
really
to you.
different?
It looks much older. It looks like it hasn't
run
been
down.
used in quite a while. Definitely more run down. You see, like, part of, like, the roof of the cavern has, like, part of it is, like, I guess rotted, because it'd be made out of wood. And, like, you can see there's, like, holes in the decking, and the door itself is kind of, like, barely on its hinges.
Well, looks like no one uses this place anymore.
I mean, it does look like it's in the middle of nowhere, but
Yeah.
What
right.
exactly is this place in the first place?
I think it was his old something.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that clears it. up then.
Probably a secret
Look.
hideout.
yeah,
Yeah.
probably.
When you say that, you make it sound so corny. But yeah.
I mean,
guess
I
so.
think
We're
it sounds
supers.
cool.
It's kind of
I think it's
comes
cool.
with the territory.
My uncle didn't die that long ago. If it's in this much disrepair, it's because he abandoned it long before he passed.
Or he wants it to look like it's in disrepair, but inside actually a high-tech futuristic compound of some sort.
Oh, buddy.
I don't think you knew my uncle very well. He was not rich enough to afford something like that.
Now, they didn't really do many comics about him.
Yeah, that was by design. Anyway,
Yeah, come this way. Um,
Yeah.
so after Levi gets out and wipes his glasses off, of course.
Yep.
Why do we all wear glasses? This is inconvenient for water.
I'm not a nerd,
Very.
okay? I don't know what we're talking about. Oh, my sunglasses
Oh no.
that I wear indoors.
All right.
Do we still have? Oh, we do still have Mark. Okay, good.
Yeah, no, I'm still here.
I'll interrupt the stream for that real quick. We got retweeted out by Magpie Games for that
Hey,
one.
it's wonderful.
Oh, thank
Oh
you,
Ooh.
Magpie.
shit.
Magpie
Sorry.
Games are wonderful. They make great quality RPGs.
Yeah. They made the Avatar game.
Yeah.
Very good.
With that, we see a panel of you all entering into the cabin, and to be honest, the inside matches the outside. You can see there looks to be a
The carpet
staircase.
matches the drapes.
Yeah. You see a
was gonna
staircase that
say.
leads upwards. Some of the stairs actually seem to be missing, so you have to like step over them. There's like an upstairs area where there's like a few bedrooms. The downstairs area has like a kitchen area that definitely looks like it's in disrepair. Some of the metal bits seems to have actually like rusted, which is kind of weird.
Oh.
And the sink, like the nozzle on the sink, has been completely removed and just kind of left in there. And in the back looks to be like a small sitting area and a library with a number of bookshelves with many books on them. The books are in surprisingly good condition for something that seems to be abandoned.
Does any like lights on?
No, there doesn't seem to be any lights on in here. Kind of able to see via light from like the sun shining through windows, or what would have been windows.
Yeah.
Gideon is clearly crestfallen as he runs a finger along a dirty windowsill, picking up large tracts of dust. Kind of looks about the disrepair of the cabin.
What?
I was hoping it would be a secret lair with, like, interesting interior.
I mean that
Gideon, sometimes just because it looks like something doesn't mean it can't be something else to someone. Maybe at one
That's true.
time it was cool.
My uncle was a reporter, I think, and I've never been quite sure of that, but he was not a very successful one at that. So it's actually pretty impressive he's got this even. And Archie wants to scan the bookshelf for trick books. That's what he's looking for first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As you do cosplay, you would know that there is a book on here that would activate something. A question probably for you, Bob, because this might be something interesting for you to come up with. What would be the book that was like the most important to cosplay and his friends, if any?
I don't know if it'd be a cosplay though, would it? Like who would have been the one to set this up? Let's see.
Well, I imagine either way it would have been a group thing, because this was like a team place. So whatever it is would be a book that's either important to the team or anything like that. Or it could just be a random book.
Yeah, I'm just thinking, man.
It's just a bonus.
It'd be hilarious if it was something
Sort of.
random.
But
Right?
A Wrinkle in Time.
Yeah.
I don't think that would have been out at the time. I don't know.
Probably not.
I don't know. Time's weird.
All
in
the
this
places
world.
you go, Dr. Seuss.
Pop on pop.
Hold on.
Turtles all the way down.
Tom Sawyer.
Tom
Right?
Sawyer.
Chronicles of Narnia.
Could be something like that.
Yeah.
They were
John Wick,
teenagers.
Chapter 2, the novelization.
The complete Grimm's fairy tales.
What about
See, 1990s book.
Arthur Campbell's
We're all
Hero
just
Straight.
looking at our bookshelf.
Yeah.
Hero with a Thousand Faces.
The
Dracula.
I don't think any of the books I own would
I think
suffice.
The DVD collection of Power Rangers Mystic
DVD
Force.
The
collection.
complete works of William Shakespeare.
Yeah, King Arthur, the Knights of Justice.
Death
and
Note
novelization.
manga.
Yeah.
There we go.
It's
King
sort of
Arthur
a-
Justice.
I think because it'd be
Ooh,
fun.
Once in Future King?
Yeah, that
Yeah,
would be
I think
fun.
Once in Future King
Yeah.
would be a fun one.
Oh yes.
So it is. There is a copy of
We got
Once in
it.
Future King that Pariah would notice seems to be like connected to something on the bookshelf, so that it seems like it might actually work as some sort of lever. And of course, cosplay it would be the one that you would be able to point out or notice.
I don't think he will, though. I think he's kind of curious about this new pariah, and he knows the detective skills of the former, so he's going to, in a way, kind of see if this pariah is got even the potential of the old one, and kind of sit back and wait a second, see if Liam can uncover it, see if Archie can figure this out.
Well, Pariah kind of runs his fingers across many of the books, and he kind of gives each one a very light tap until eventually he reaches One Future King, and the light tap sounds different. And immediately he runs his finger along the top of it and feels that the pages are either made of wood or stuck together or whatever. And he very gently pulls out the book. Now his uncle was a very paranoid man, so there's 50-50 shot on whether this activates a booby trap of some kind.
Oh
So one way
god.
to find out. As you do pull it back, there is
Exactly.
an audible click as the bookshelf seems to actually move outward slightly and then off to the side, revealing what looks to be a set of stairs that lead down into a basement.
And then as soon as she sees that, Zadie's gonna lean over to Gideon and say, "See what I mean? Things aren't always what they appear to be on the surface." And give him a wink and a pat on the back.
Probably just be a soup kitchen down there.
You know what? You know what? I'm not.
I just kind of sighs and would just immediately go down the stairs.
Zadie
I think a soup kitchen would be
follows.
cool. And he goes down too.
All right,
I think cosplay will be the last probably to go.
A lot of good soup kitchen would do down here, though.
With that, you make your way down the stairs into what looks to be a dark basement. You can kind of see, like, there seems to be, like, cobwebs, and it eventually enters out into what looks to be a large, dark room that you can barely see anything in. And as you're kind of feeling around,
And I
you
try
kind of
and, like-
feel what, probably, yeah. Sparks, you would feel around, you feel what seems to be like a switch.
Yeah, I'll flick it.
Flick the
It's
switch.
like 50-50 chance a light switch or some kind of torch device.
As you
See?
do,
Told you, 50-50 shot.
yeah. As you do that using your electrokinesis, you can
Yep,
feel energy
sure.
begin to move around within this area and begin to turn on as the lights in the room flash onwards and begin to shine over an area that, for you, Contemplate, doesn't seem to have changed very much at all. It actually seems kind of pristine to how you remember it. Except for a few cobwebs in the corners, this looks to be like some sort of hybrid workshop, sitting room, and like computer lab. So there's basically like there's an area to the side where you can see there's like some bean bags and like a TV and a VHS machine on it. There you can see off to the side a place that looks a little bit more touched recently. Looks to be some computers and looks to be like several different hard drives that have been set up and stuff like that. Classic computer mumbo jumbo speech. Enter here. And to another
Man,
side,
a lot of computers that fit in where that one computer used to be.
I know it's funny how that works.
You
As
have two
well,
monitors.
off to the side looks to be like a workspace with what looks to be a large like what would be the word? I want to say crafting table, but that's not what I mean. I play too many
It's
video
right
games.
next to the furnace.
Yeah, exactly.
Right next to the furnace.
Just a large table where things can be like clamped onto
Workbench?
it.
Yeah.
A workbench. There you go.
Your workbench.
That's the word. Which would also looks to be a number of different things like soldering irons and different tools and wrenches and stuff like that. And that's kind of the space
This
you
place
are
is
open.
ancient. This place is ancient.
It's not that old.
That's an ECR in the corner. Oh,
Yeah.
right. Sorry.
Well, anyways, it hasn't changed that much.
Hmm.
Other than these, he kind of motions to the computers.
Yeah.
What
It's
did
like
they want with
go,
this?
go. Yeah.
One? I don't know.
I mean, there's
Not
probably
a
something
map.
here, right?
Most likely either that or something that points us in another direction. Now the obvious choice would be the computers with the hard drives. But as I mentioned before, my uncle pretty paranoid. So what's the least useful thing that looks like in this room?
The VHS machine. It's a
Yeah.
VHS machine.
Pariah's walking over that, and he's
Not
gonna
wrong.
check it out, see if there's a secret compartment or if there's a tape in it.
I think as you do open it up, you can see in it there is no tape, but there does look to be a small USB.
Uh-huh. He's gonna pocket that.
Mm-hmm.
Visually to the team or just like
Yeah.
He's gonna do it quietly for now. We'll see. I mean, the more of you that knows it, the more likely it is that Cerebro is gonna be able to find it. So he's not committed to keeping it a secret yet,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
we're starting out in that path.
find anything?
Some rotted VHS. Looks like maybe James and the Giant Peach.
Oh, that was a good one. I always liked the ants. They were funny.
Pretty sure I watched that movie. I don't remember.
Can I attempt to assess the situation here?
You may.
Ooh.
While he's doing that, Mark, I think cosplay is just going around, like, kind of looking for anything that reminds him of home. Like, because this isn't his home, right? Like, this place isn't his home.
Yeah.
And, like, this is the closest he's been to his home since he ended up here. So he's pretty lost in, like, his thoughts and the memories and stuff.
I think for you cosplay, you would notice on like one of the desks near the computers, looks to be a photograph in a frame of you and the old gang.
You know what? I think he'll just kind of pick that up and just kind of stare at it for a while everyone else is doing their thing.
All right.
Yeah.
For
Um,
Gideon,
Really
yes.
quick, do we have a pool of team, or we have to roll them?
You always start off with
Get
one.
specifically combat.
So you have one team.
Always start out with one.
So you can use it if you would like. And yes, Gideon, Arcane. On a 7 to 9, ask 1. Take +1 while acting on the answers. What question would you like to ask?
What here can I use to find out what was so important that they wanted in the bank? What is going to further the investigation, I guess?
All right. The first thing that brings that your attention is brought to as you're kind of pondering this, we see arcane. Focus on
Arcane.
the computers and the number of different hard drive. It seems like whatever's in these might be important to know, but there's a lot of different hard drives and probably a lot of files.
I'm no whiz at these sort of things, but
I am.
Kai, maybe you can
Yeah.
help out. Figure
Yeah.
out what's on these data drives.
Hard drives, yes. Oh, I'll have a look. Yep. I mean, they probably have data on them. You're not wrong.
And we are back. Hopefully. People inform me if we're not. Welcome back to Masks. We had a brief issue with OBS. because it sucks sometimes. But now we're back,
It so do.
and
We're back.
hopefully we won't have any more issues. So where we last left off our viewers, we had just started with Sparks doing a deep dive into the computer, upon which discovering there was a lot of bad stuff in there, such as viruses that were specifically made to attack those with technopathic abilities, as well as many other corrupt files. They decided, nah, I don't want to do that anymore. Jumped out, was like, yeah, much better. There was a few conversations and musings that I don't quite remember because I was focusing on other stuff at the time. I think
About like the photograph and the old.
yes,
Yeah.
I think that
Yeah.
was where we left off.
Fluck was stepping up as a leader and being
Yup.
supportive.
Yeah, exactly.
Character growth.
Yep, as Cosplay was looking over the picture of his old teammates, going over his memories and discussions with Pluck. And I think with that we can return to where we left off. Somewhere around there, vaguely.
I think Sparks and Pariah were entering the scene
Yeah.
and asking about the photograph.
Yeah, Archie kind of walks up and goes, so that one, the lady is Megabyte. That one must be you.
Gigabyte.
Gigabyte?
No.
No, Megabyte was right.
Cosplay said
Megabyte.
Megabyte.
Yep.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
I know we got
that-
confused last game.
Gigabytes didn't exist in '92.
That one must be Megabyte.
You're so right. You're so right.
That
Oh.
one's you. And then that one's Max. So who's the fourth one?
That's the Hierophant, Margaret.
Which would immediately
Uh,
be, I imagine, pick up the ears of Arcane as the name Hierophant is used.
Mm-hmm.
Or not?
You just kind
Oh,
of
sorry.
smile. Keeps quiet.
Alright.
Trying not to eavesdrop.
But
Okay.
yeah, maybe we can. Well, there's two more here, right? So maybe if we try and locate them and get some answers.
That's what I'm thinking too. But I imagine you don't have many leads on that front.
I haven't really tried yet.
I mean, if sorry to interrupt, but if you want to see Margaret, I mean, the Hierophant, I could certainly
You know
help
Margaret?
with that. Sort of, kind of, a little bit.
That'd be great. I mean, maybe she could make sense of this whole place and what's going
Kinda
on
like-
here.
Cards, tarot, use one of the powers of the major arcana. It's complicated. We've got a sort of relationship, but kind of, sort of.
What?
Not in that way, like
Oh.
kind of helping me a little bit. When
I mean, how so?
helping to well, there's a lot
Like
of
a
magic
mentor?
power. Yes, like a mentor. Definitely not a a mentor.
Definitely not
Nonsense.
you felt like you were going to say a sentence there and then you
Well,
changed
like-
directions partway through.
So it's fine. It's fine.
Gideon.
What?
Definitely not a what.
Well, the Hierophant is helping me to control some of the vast cosmic power at my disposal. May
Yeah, that sounds
have
like a-
resulted in some
Accidents?
that's the word, accidents, yeah.
Mm.
I would like to roll something there, Mark, as the word accident has been used previously.
Oh,
I would like to try and is this a pierce a mask? Like what is
Yeah.
I'm trying to assess like whether or not this accident might have involved me. Maybe I have to ask a question first to Gary's character first. Like maybe it's a matter of saying and then assessing from there. Um, did one of these accidents get in? Didn't me?
Involve you. Um,
Like me being here now?
not with the Hierophant. That was a different. I
That
wouldn't-
was intentional.
Well, it was more of a. The strands of fate are many and obscure, and when you pull them into the quarrels of destiny,
I don't have
things
time for
sometimes.
this, Gideon.
I may
Just
have accidentally pulled him from his timeline to come and help with the future here. When I was coming to help all of you from where I was.
Raya just looks at cosplay.
oh,
I don't know exactly how it happened. I was just trying to help, to prevent catastrophe, and so I pushed against the barriers between dimensions. I think I may have ruptured some kind of space-time thing.
you messed with something you weren't ready to mess with.
It wasn't. I had to get back here.
happens to the best of us and the worst of us, but
How is Levi looking right now?
yeah.
French.
There's a moment of frustration, but I think then it sort of just like he's sad for a moment. He kind of looks back at the photos and he says, "Well, I need to get back there eventually, but if I
Well,
can, even."
We'll we'll help you.
Yeah.
Yeah, once things are. Once the reason you're here is resolved, I could try to send you back. We can all help.
Well, of course I'm gonna help. If my brother messed something up, I'm gonna help him fix it.
I mean, I know.
I know it
And,
was an accident. I'm trying to be.
it wasn't really an accident. It was
A mistake?
no.
Not a mistake. Shit.
I don't understand
impulse.
the whole reason behind things. Some things happen for reasons that we are not meant to understand. You're supposed to be here. At least that's what all my mystical senses are telling me.
You're trying to say that it's fate or destiny.
Yeah, something like that.
We
He
should-
was really worried at that point, and he says, "I'll be right back. I gotta go. I'll be right back."
We should
No
probably
wonder
try.
why.
We should probably try to figure out how to get out of here first too. The
Hmm.
last I understood, we weren't. There was a risk that somebody else would be able to find this place too. So,
Yeah.
We should figure out where exactly here is.
I'll check on Levi. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
Praya's gonna
God.
walk off in that direction.
Kai, do you get cell reception here?
I can try.
Because then you can use that Google map thing and
Yeah, yeah. I'll
can
go
know where
use
we
Google
are.
Maps. Yeah, yeah. I'll sort it out. Kai would probably head out just to an area where he can theoretically get cell reception.
I'd say you
And
can. 'Cause
yeah, but they're not actually gonna check anything for a couple minutes. They're just probably just gonna sit outside.
All right. Is there anything else anyone is doing specifically?
I
Just
think,
checking on Levi.
yeah, I think really quick, I'm just gonna go up to Gideon, be like, hey, it's all right.
Hey,
Mm,
maybe. We'll see.
it'll work out. You did what you felt was best. You've always done what you felt was best.
Oh. I just hope he's not angry at me.
He probably is. But he'll be less angry with time. It's a reaction. People can't always help how they react to things. But once he cools down a little bit, I'm sure it'll be fine. Give a
Needs to
big
be fine.
hug.
Would you like to roll confidence support?
Yeah.
Roll plus mundane.
That's a 10.
Yes.
Oh, full
Damn.
hit.
10. Yeah. On a hit, they hear you. They mark potential, clear condition, or shift labels if they open up to you. On a 10 plus, you can also add a team to the pool or clear a condition yourself.
I don't have any conditions, so I will add a team to the pool.
Alright. Now 2 team.
And he's gonna clear guilty since that makes the most sense in that case.
Alright.
Hell yes.
Hell yeah.
Very nice.
My turn.
Just
I-
pass around the confidence deploy button.
Exactly. I think with that we'll move to Levi as he's kind of making his way out of the the basement. Does he take the picture with him? I think you're saying that he did.
Yeah,
Alright,
yeah, he does. Yeah.
Where does he go? What's he up to?
I think he's gonna go stand. There's what, a lake nearby? Is that where the water was that we got
Yep.
dropped?
There's
I
a
think
lake.
he's just gonna go get some fresh air, stand out by the lake, and just kind of look off the unfamiliar city in the distance. I
Yeah.
assume, or is it so far away we don't see anything?
You can kind of see it barely in the distance.
Yeah.
It's far enough away that it's, you know, you get that kind of the country air, that kind of, you know,
Yeah.
everything feels a bit cleaner, a bit calmer. It's only a distant memory. I imagine you would also see Kai go off to sit on their own as well.
Yeah. He's like kind of just aggressively skipping stones, which is not really working at all. It's just kind of sinking immediately.
I imagine with like each rock that lands, there's an actual spark of electricity as it's carried through.
Yeah, which is kind of not good for anything that's living in the water or is in the water.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is something Levi would notice, but he doesn't necessarily have to do anything with that.
Right.
It's up to you.
I think for now he's too much in his own like brooding. I think to
Alright.
to assess that at the moment. That might change though.
In which case, Pariah, Archie, you arrive on the scene to see Levi just contemplating there at the lake, as well as Kai, very clearly stressed, throwing rocks into the water. You think skipping stones, but it just, yeah,
Oh, good. There's
Throwing
two of them.
rocks.
it's just assaulting the lake.
Oh,
Just
great. Okay. Well, something's obviously upset Levi, but or Kai, but I gotta focus on Levi right now because that's
Yeah.
the more obvious issue. I know how to fix that one, or
Yeah.
at least help. So Archie kind of walks up and sits down next to Levi and goes, "It's pretty cold out here, given that dip in the lake we made. You sure you don't want a jacket?"
It's alright, I'm fine. Sorry about your uncle, by the way.
Sorry about your friend. I'll save the preaching. You know, I got people in my life who've been trying to help me through the grief, and it don't ever feel right. Feels like I shouldn't be trying to get better, that I should just I'm supposed to feel this way. You know, you got your whole life ripped away from you in a way that's very different from how my life got ripped away. But you know, I will say it's been hard.
What happened
But-
to him?
You don't want to know. You don't really want the answer to that question. It's not going to make it feel better. But
Yeah, but I think I need to know.
okay. Well, they found him in his apartment, and it was officially labeled as a suicide. I'm not convinced of that. So, I guess the both of us are still in a little bit in the dark about that.
Yeah.
You can't go back. I mean, even if you are able to literally go back, it's gonna stick with you. And that feeling, it's not gonna go away, so. You seem. I'm no good at this, but. I don't think you need me. And that's probably the best compliment I could give somebody in your place.
I think what I need is answers. Same answers that you need. What the hell happened here?
We'll find them. I swear on my life, we'll find them.
For that, Archie, would you like to roll confidence support?
I would love to roll confidence support.
Confident support.
Confidence.
Confidence support. I'm so confident.
Yeah.
Do I apply any situational bonuses or penalties for anything I have here?
Not at the moment, I don't think, unless you have anything for being a beacon.
Influence?
Oh, do you have influence?
You might
Influence
have,
over
like,
weapon.
I'm,
An ability that does
I
something.
might. I have somebody named Linus listed in my
Oh,
influence
there you go.
support.
that's
That's
different dude.
Sparks' friend that you saved at the bank heist.
That's right, that
Yeah.
fella. Yeah, okay,
Yeah.
we're good. We're good.
Alright.
No,
Yeah.
just normal. So I'm rolling it. Here we
There's
go.
something to remember. If you have influence over someone, you have a +1 to rolls against them or to do with them.
Gotcha.
Oh.
I got a 9.
A 9. With that,
Do you even have do you even have any conditions?
Nothing that we applied. No.
well, you can mark potential, clear a condition, or shift your labels if you open up.
Ooh.
So 7 to 9.
If you open up,
That's me?
Yep,
Is that a decision on me or is it?
that's on yours. Yeah, you decide.
All right. Yeah, I think he's gonna. I think I'll shift my labels. How does that work? Do I actually take two and swap them? Is that how it
You move one up and another down.
works? Okay, that's what I thought.
Just
Oh.
by 1 point, right?
Yeah, just by 1 point.
Yeah.
Also, I believe you should, when you made your character, have added 1 to any of the labels. Because the sum of your labels should be 3, but yours is 2. So, quickly add 1 to anyone that you want to, and then you can shift 1 up and shift 1 down.
Okay, got it.
Alright, cool.
And I'll do this and this.
Alright.
All right.
Yeah. With that, as you reflect on his words and the conversation you two have had together, freely feel yourself opening up towards Archie, I would assume.
Yeah.
As you guys kind of wrap up the conversation too, Archie says, "Oh, and don't mention anything about what they said happened to Max."
Yeah. No, I got it.
Thanks.
You know, that was me back there. I mean, not me, but that was me.
What do you mean?
The guy came from the sky.
The brain guy?
Yeah. Something
Don't think
doesn't
so.
change.
I don't think so. Way I see it, you got sent forward here. So whoever that is, it's not you.
Yeah, I mean, what happened to him or to me or whatever, you know? How do I become that?
Maybe you don't. Maybe it's that easy. Though I'd stay away from tap water too. It does things to you mentally. And he stands up, pats him on the shoulder, and just walks away.
I think with that would count as sharing a vulnerability or weakness with someone. On
I agree.
cosplay's
The
side.
vulnerability of the water.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In which case, also, they think you could turn into your future self. I think that was a no. I think the answer was a no for that. So you get to clear a condition, and they shift your labels.
Ooh.
Ooh.
So you don't have any conditions to clear, sadly enough. However, Archie, you get to decide what label goes up and what label goes down for cosplay.
Am I allowed to know what he's got?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, right. seems like he might be a little scared about unleashing his powers if his powers get him to that point. So I'm instead going to up his savior, I think, and I will down his freak by 1.
All right. That
Freak
makes his freak
down.
0 and his savior 2.
There you go.
All right.
Also, I don't think the fluoride thing counts as, or the tap water thing counts as a vulnerability for
No.
Pariah.
I know.
I appreciate that.
No,
I
no, no.
appreciate it.
Tell everyone who
Still.
listens about his damn
No.
conspiracy theory.
No.
However, I do think you did technically share a vulnerability with cosplay.
That's true.
So
That's true. Yeah.
So as a general thing, this could just be like how cosplay plays it off and things like that. When you share a vulnerability or weakness of someone, ask them to confirm or deny that you should be here. So in cosplay's mind, should Archie be here as a part of the group?
Oh yeah, like I think, given his uncle and everything. Yeah.
All right. So in which
Alright.
case, Archie gets the mark potential, and you give them influence
I am-
over you.
I am at 3 of that thing, and now,
Ooh.
whatchamacallit, Mr. Levi is got influence over me. Okay,
Yep.
I'm gonna let my cat in real fast.
All right.
Yes.
Cool.
Meow, come.
Meow meow.
I think it is also at which point, as you finish up your conversation, there is a large splash as another rock hits
Oh.
the water.
Yep.
A spark of electricity once more, and it is becoming a point where it's difficult to ignore.
I think at
Yeah.
that point,
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
the sibs come
The sibs.
out of the
Of the crib.
of the cabin at that point.
All right.
No action though. Following them.
And we probably walk up and rejoin the group. So, figure out where we're headed, where we are.
I would kind of pause in throwing rocks at the lake to pull out his phone because he legitimately forgot to check Google Maps. So he'll
Mm-hmm.
check Google Maps, but kind of like not really focusing in on it too much.
You open up, probably like Halcyon Maps or whatever.
Halcyon Maps, Google Maps.
Yeah, goggle maps, and you do manage to see you're not too far away from the city, but you're a long enough distance away. It would take you a while to get back, especially that you have no vehicle and you got here through teleportation. Makes it difficult.
Oh,
Okay, we're not like a world away, but we are in the territory where we would probably require a vehicle, but we don't have a vehicle.
I mean, I could call us a Luber.
Maybe there's a vehicle stored around back of the cabin. Was a hideout, right?
Yeah, maybe.
Worth a shot.
I mean, I could try to channel the arcane
No.
energies to.
I think we've had enough for one day. You're
I mean,
probably tired and should rest, right?
Probably, yeah.
You did a damn good job getting us here. You don't need to push yourself that far.
Yeah. That. So, look for a junker or something?
Probably anywhere I could get a vehicle is miles from here. Like actually back in the city.
Maybe Max had a vehicle stowed here, or maybe the 4 of them had something. See if there's a garage or.
You know, we can check.
Yeah. let's check.
All right.
I can assess the situation.
Would this count
Uh.
as caches of equipment other supers have hidden in the city?
Yes, it would.
Okay.
How's that one?
Yeah. That one, I roll either savior if it's a hero's or danger if it's a villain's.
All right, you'd roll plus savior.
And on a hit, yeah. Yep, savior. Cool. All the best stuff. Okay, thank God condition things don't apply here.
Yes.
Cool. Okay, on 7 to 9, leave evidence that you've been here. Ah, damn it.
All right, 7 and 9. You do manage to find like a small garage next to it, where there is a vehicle that has been left behind that is in good condition.
Oh yes. Check the visor to see if there's keys in there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yes.
Nice.
All right. I'd immediately say that I'm driving, but and she'll kind of hold out the keys to Archie. Technically, it's yours.
I mean, technically, it's cosplays, actually.
I don't really drive.
Hello, Earth to Pariah.
Yeah, I'll give it a shot.
She'll kind of like sigh a little bit disappointed that you agreed, but nonetheless hand you the keys.
Are we
Shotgun though.
sure we want to leave? We took all this stuff to get here to find anything.
I think we've got a solid lead with the photos. We know a couple of people to reach out to, at the very least. It'll give me some time to do some research on it. Who knows what we'll find.
Yeah.
And,
The photo is a lead.
Strangely
we know where
worded,
it
Kai,
is.
but yes. Tell you
and we know
what,
where this place is, so we can come back later if need be.
I wouldn't bet on that.
I mean, people are looking for this
I would.
place. But
Tell you what, Gideon. Give me 10 more minutes. I'll do one more loop. If there's anything there, I'll find it. I promise.
Sure thing.
And searching alone, I would like Archie to use his active move, straight up
Ooh.
creeping,
yeah.
where I can scope out a place and roll mundane, and on a 10 plus I get to ask 2 questions about it, and on a 7 through 9 I get to ask 1.
All right. Give it a roll.
Ooh,
All right.
nice.
Don't fuck me here, rolls. That's a 9. I get to ask
Hey.
1 question.
You have not been failing. Nice.
Here is my 1 question. Is there anything worthwhile still here?
I think.
Ah, shit. I could have asked a better question.
If you want to, you can change the question. I haven't answered it yet.
What is here still worth grabbing?
Fair. All right. As you're kind of looking around, giving it the last kind of look over, you do manage to find what is like a book.
Ooh.
It
I like
is a copy of the graphic novel V for Vendetta
By Alan Moore?
by Alan Moore.
Oh, that raises so many questions for me. Okay. Interesting.
And as you do kind of hold it, you can feel there's something like heavy in it. And as you open up a few pages, you can see there looks to be a key between a few of the pages.
Huh. V for Vendetta. Okay. Um, there's one more thing that Archie would like to do, um, before he leaves. He would like to set a booby trap on the doorway to enter the room.
Yes, Archie.
Legit like a firebomb trap, so that if somebody tries to go in,
Yes!
it'll burn down the building.
Hell yeah.
Cool. Can do. You managed to set it up.
I pray that will not result in civilian casualties.
We'll find
Just
out.
a
won't we?
random A random
Ugh.
tourist just strolls up to this place looking
I haven't
for a
seen
place
this
to
place
rest.
before. Oh God! Everything is on
Like
fire.
a teen couple that are like,
alone.
tee, this place looks abandoned. Why don't we just like go in maybe?
And they just
Oh,
get
no.
home alone trapped.
Oh, well,
They grab the door. It just cinches.
before
I think this is going to-
Archie.
Oh God.
Oh, I was gonna say before Archie comes back, I assume that he took the keys. Damn it. Ty, can you start it up really quick?
Yeah.
Just
I
enough,
can do
just
that.
enough to get the battery. We don't have to get the engine going. I just
I'll jump
want
start
to
it.
change all the pre-starts or the
Yeah.
presets on the radio.
Guy just kind of laughs. Yeah. And try and like jumpstart the car with hopefully normal amount of power.
Unleash your powers. Let's see how this goes.
Cool. Let's see how it
Oh my God.
goes. Oh boy, and triple checking. Oh thank goodness it wouldn't apply anyways. Yeah. Cool. It's unleash. And I don't have influence over the car.
No.
Oh shit!
Damn.
Whoa!
Hey.
Nice. That was a flat roll.
You just managed to bring your finger up to it, and then there's a. As the engine starts.
Yeah.
I wonder Car has
she
contraptions like James Bond stuff.
don't mess with anything.
That would
I
be
have important
so
work
cool.
to do right now. And then she just finds like 6 of her favorite radio stations and just immediately like
Yeah.
programs them in.
Yep.
There's like a classic rock station, like a punk station,
Yeah.
and just there's, and there's kind of like she tries to kind of gauge everyone's musical style. So there's like a classical music for Gideon. There's like an all like 80s 90s today kind of one for cosplay for Levi.
Very nice.
Probably some like talk radio station for Brian.
Oh god.
Unsolved mysteries.
Yeah.
Aliens are among us.
Guys, you're
Among
kidding me.
Us?
It's coast to coast AM for sure. There's no way it's not.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Jeez.
Goes,
As Archie comes back down, he throws the key to Gideon, and the V for Vendetta cockbeck, the comic book to Sparks, goes. Looks like it was worth one more look anyway. V for Vendetta mean anything to any of you? And he hops into the driver's seat.
Does it?
Yeah, it's a
Oh.
good question.
Your characters may or may not have read
Okay.
it. It's up to you to decide.
Okay.
Or seen the movie.
Yeah, probably.
I do it.
This is
Doesn't mean
raising
doesn't mean
so many
anything to me.
questions for me. There's
I
a
mean, please allow me to introduce myself. I'm a man of wealth and taste.
there's a movie version of V for Vendetta in this universe. I don't hate it. It's strange to me. I love it actually. Is Hugo Weaving in that as well? That's so weird to me. Okay, all right. Sorry, we're good. We're on track. Yes. Archie's definitely read it, but there's got to be some significance with V there, or at the very least
V.
something that appears in that comic book. But what it is, he can't really put it together just yet. He goes,
I mean,
he's got to
one of the
open
things-
something.
Maybe it's just hinting at a motive, a vendetta someone had.
Maybe.
I mean, it could be anything.
We can
Yeah.
try.
It could be
Could be anything.
the number 5. It could be, the idea that no one really knew who V was.
Just be a
Here's-
simple message hidden in the text somewhere.
But why would it be left behind?
Maybe he
Who's
thought
the
he was
message?
coming back. I mean, his car was here.
Yeah.
So why would he leave the message for himself? It wasn't extremely well hidden. The key was, but the comic book was out. It's a message,
Yeah.
not for himself.
I mean, I just
Oh.
think that could be. I mean, if he was leaving knowing something was going to happen to him, that it could have been a message for whoever did it. But
When you
that
say
doesn't
that,
explain the car.
Archie just squeezes the wheel a little bit
Oh,
tighter.
no.
I'm not sure if anybody would notice that except for Levi, though.
Oh.
Mm. Are we going? Are we driving
Yeah,
now? Or
yeah,
are we...
he's
okay.
driving.
Yeah.
The car doesn't
Alright,
explode when I turn the key, does it?
Slobes, you're
I
all
mean-
dead. No, it's fine.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
What was the exact statement that was said when he had that reaction?
Oh,
Um,
Sparks was talking about whoever might have possibly killed my uncle. You know, talking about that specific situation.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I'm gonna pierce the mask on that, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Alright.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, like, I don't know if I would notice. I know I'm in the front, but
Or what's going through Archie's mind as this is brought up? What's he feeling?
Well, he's got complicated emotions tied up with his uncle's death. His uncle's mental health was not the greatest even before he died. And I think Archie fully believes that his uncle was murdered and staged to look like a suicide. But if he's wrong about that, it would shatter his worldview. So I think there's a little bit of extra fuel he throws onto that particular fire. You know what I mean?
Would you say he's
The point
feeling
where
quite insecure?
yeah.
I would absolutely say that he's feeling quite insecure.
Good. Mark insecure for me.
Done. That's my first condition, ladies and gents, and
Woo.
NBs in between.
And for the Pierce the Mask, cosplay rolled a
got a hit.
9. So that is on a 7 to 9. Ask one question from the list. Or another
This
one
is a
of your
basic-
choice.
Or make
Basic
up your own,
move,
yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Basic moves, yeah.
Mhm. I think. Can I just say that, like, I know one piece of that, like that you could we say that, like, because you just explained it to everybody, but like, could we say that it was along the lines of Archie maybe being afraid that it was suicide?
Yes, I would say that would be exactly what you'd pick up on.
Is that fair,
It's-
Mark?
I think
You
that
good with
works, yeah. With that, as you guys are driving off from the scene, making your way out from the cabin, I think it's with that we will press time forward unless there's something you guys specifically want to do that's time sensitive.
I'm
There
just
is-
gonna ask. Oh, sorry.
Oh no, go first,
I want
Bob.
to make sure everyone gets a chance.
I-
No,
I've been taking
I've
up
had
a lot, so.
I've had yeah, same with me. Why don't we let Rebecca go here?
oh, I was just gonna say, like, not really. I think this episode is, yeah. I think she's pretty cool. She's good. Thank you.
Yeah.
There is one thing that uh, Pariah would like to do before we wrap up. At some point, I'll get out of the vehicle. Once they get wherever they're going or whatever, Pariah would like to stop Sparks for a second
Yeah.
and keep them behind.
Yeah.
And be like, and he just, as he clears his throat, he just palms the flash drive to you.
What's this?
And you can't see his face through the mask, but he like cocks his head in just a way that you can tell that he's giving you a look like, zip it.
Yeah, he'll zip it and just kind of grab the flash drive and kind of pocket it.
I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah. You too. But sorry for if what I said was insensitive in the car.
No, it wasn't.
Okay.
Good night, Sparks.
Yeah. Good night, Briar.
Can I ask you a question, Mark? Like on a closing point,
Yeah.
are we able to? How do you get new powers? Like, how do you manifest new powers?
Well, there
or
are
like extensions of your powers. In this case?
there are a few different ways. Some are through advancements that you get when you get enough potential. Other ways are from certain moves you might have. I believe in your case you do have a move growing into your powers that allows you to do some special stuff.
Yeah.
Stuff your future self can do.
I don't understand how that works. That's exactly what I was like. I was
Okay.
trying to figure out how does that work.
Well, basically, it works in kind of however we want it to work. So if you want to do something weird that doesn't quite fit exactly what your powers are, you can use it in a way and say it's what your future self can do. Like kind
Okay.
of one of the main things I kind of did to kind of show your future self kind of also has like some sort of telekinetic abilities as well. Like how he was flying. So there's some stuff you can kind of do there as well. You can also do something weird. Maybe he can summon psychic flames. You get to decide.
Less that thing. I got an idea here. I think would be cool. I think like as we're driving like towards the back to the city, he's got the picture in his hand, and he's we're all vampire players here, but I think it'd be
Yeah.
neat
Using all
if he
aspects.
closes his eyes and 100%. Like he's a psychic character, and I picture who he becomes being kind of like an ultra psych if he's gotten to where he is. So something like a ESP on the picture almost, or as we called it, what was it? Spirit's touch.
Yeah, spirit touch.
In the other game.
Wonderful.
Spirit
God,
Got that
spirit touch.
psychometry.
Yes,
Yeah.
commentary.
Brave psychometry.
Yeah, there we go.
So yeah, roll your
Growing into powers, savior instead of freak.
Yep.
Ooh. Hey!
Alright. I think it's with this as you find yourself focusing on your powers. Suddenly you are beset with a vision. As you can see, sitting within the basement of the previous room, typing away at a computer, is Max. You kind of see him in his suit but with the mask on, his red hair that's kind of cut short, and he's desperately seemingly typing away at the computer before quickly pulling out what looks to be a USB, looking at it, quickly tucking it away into his pocket, and then looking over towards the picture, and he himself picks it up, looks at it, and seems to stare at it for a few moments, and then just kind of says, "What happened to us? I wish things could go back to the way they were. before he places it back on the table, walks away to the basement, and then flips the light switch off. And with that, you're returned to yourself.
Yeah, cool. Awesome. And I think with my superior -1, my character's going to assume that has something to do with the USB that we got from the bank and not this one. Not anything to do with something we missed.
Right. All according to Keku.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh boy, I think like once they're all out of the car and Kai's been handed the USB, I think like a lot later in the night, I think he's not gonna go home and is instead gonna try and go to like a local library, see if he can plug the USB into that and see what's on it.
All right.
He does not feel like going home at the moment,
Fair.
especially with the USB that his mother probably definitely wants.
Probably not the best plan.
No.
But I imagine you have other places you can stay that is not your house. Like either friends you can stay with, or you'd be staying with another teammate or something along those lines. We can discuss that.
Yeah, although, yeah.
Yeah. But you make it to the
I
local
mean-
library. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say Kai could always come to Il Gatito Bianca and
Actually, maybe
bomb off our Wi-Fi.
Yeah. Actually, maybe maybe he'll decide to reach out to Sadie for that. Yeah.
So I think with that,
We already looked at one dangerous flash drive there.
Yeah,
Might
exactly.
as well get the other one there too.
I think
I mean, look,
Exactly.
we got a VPN, all right.
Yeah, you gotta.
VPN. Yeah.
By our sponsor, NordVPN.
Yeah, sponsored by NordVPN.
Give us money.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But yeah, I imagine that like that Zadie has had like been in the back and done some illegal activities. So she's like,
Yeah.
Mom, we might need to like have some encryption in the bakery because you know how people do with the free Wi-Fi at cafes. We want to make sure that we're protected.
It's smart.
Don't you should?
I think it's with that we cut to a panel with Sparks typing away in a computer, plugging the USB on, probably in like a laptop you've borrowed from the library or something like that.
Yeah. Because
Yeah.
probably like a borrowed laptop.
Mhm.
May as well corrupt that instead of his own.
Yeah, it's a smart
Zadie
plan.
begrudgingly makes him a frappuccino.
Is with that as you're kind of opening it up. You see there's a lot of locked files, and also a few corrupted files as well. One of them actually, interestingly enough, seems to be an image that's been corrupted. You might be able to try and piece back together what the image was, but that itself is going to take some time. But that's something you can begin
Yeah, I
working
think. I think he would. Yeah, start working on it.
on. Alright.
He
I-
kind of looks like a little stressed as he does so, but yeah.
Yeah. I think it's with that we will pull back from these guys as we will cut to the final panels of this second issue. As we see Estine back at the cabin. As we see the kind of image of
No.
a figure walk into scene wearing very familiar, nice shoes. As we see Cerebral walk into the location. We see him go to push open the door before we see Pariah's trap activate, beginning to drop to light the place on fire. However, in a quick flick of his wrist, the orb that is going to like set off everything freezes in air as he just crushes it, and we see it and then drop to the ground ineffective. With that, he walks in, has a look around, before we see him return to the garage area. And then we watch as he places his hand on the ground, and in a very similar action to what we saw Cosplay do before, seems to focus into the imprint of this location, eventually seeing in his mind's eye the gathering group that seems to
Whoops.
have arrived, and everything they've
That's
done
my
so
bad.
far in quick, short panels, before we see him stand up once again, and we see his eyes narrow as he looks upwards, and we see that, like, the light comes up to cover his glasses so you can no longer see his eyes. And it's like a yellow light.
Yep.
As we just see a speech bubble come from him as he goes, "It seems they're here again. I'll have to find out what this imposter is up to." And with that, we end the issue.
Oh,
Whoops.
Boy.
Whoops.
How does
that's
that?
my bad.
How does that song go? Cause anything you can do, I can do
better.
better.
I can do anything better than
Better than you.
I think with
Oh.
this, we will do the wrap-up moves. What are
Oh
they
yeah,
called?
that's right.
End of
Oh
session
boy,
moves.
yes.
Yes. So who wants to start? I'll put this on you.
I don't
guys.
remember what they are.
I will go through them. For everyone. If
Is
you
it in
guys
the
don't
basic
pick, I'm gonna
moves?
pick.
Yeah,
Peripheral
the end of
moves.
session. Yeah, in
I
basic moves, yeah.
Yeah, it's the
Gotcha.
second page
I
of the
can
basic
go.
moves. All right, Zadie. At the end of every session, choose one. Grow closer to the team, grow into an image of your own self, or grow away from the team.
I think she grew closer as a team because she stepped into the team role a little better. You know, she was being supportive and, you know, offering the keys to Archie and trying to support and all that.
All right. In which case, explain who made you feel welcome, and give influence to that character and clear a condition or mark potential.
I think. Ooh. I think it's less of who made her feel welcome, and I think it's more of just them sort of having a goal and, you know, being, even though she's stepped into the leader position, kind of letting them go and have their own thing going on without having to like have control
Yeah.
over what they do.
All right. Well, in either case, pick a character to give influence to.
Okay, yes. I would say, who doesn't have influence over me right now? All right.
Very influential.
Oh yeah, I
reverse
have
reverse
influence.
influential.
Mm-hmm. Can I give people like more than one influence over me?
If you give someone else more influence, they get to shift your labels.
Yeah.
Influence
I'll
is
give
more
some
of an-
influence to Archie then.
All right. Influence is more of
He
an
doesn't-
on and off switch. They either have it or they don't.
Yeah,
Got
basically.
it.
Yeah.
Okay, so yeah, Archie's the only one that didn't have any influence over me, so
All right.
I'll give him
So-
some influence over me, I guess. Shit.
I
about-
don't want it.
I don't
Get
even
out
want
of
it.
here.
Well, you
We're
don't get
supposed to
to
start
choose
with
that.
two influence,
To
two
get-
people, right?
depends
It
on the
depends.
playbook, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Depends
right.
on the playbook.
I don't think I did that part. Oops.
Give out
Yes,
influence.
Oh.
you. I think. I was influenced by Levy.
We can figure that out after session.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
I have influence over Pluck, but I don't think I think I meant to ask that in
Yeah.
question one. But
You
it's all
gotta
good.
give out influence. We'll do
Okay.
that next time. It's fine. Next up. Oh, and you get to clear condition or mark potential for Zadie.
Oh, mark potential.
All right. Next up, let's pick Sparks. Did grow closer.
I'm gonna go with grow away from the team.
All right.
Ooh.
Explain.
Yeah.
Explain why you feel detached, and take influence over you away from another character.
Okay, I think at the moment he's feeling like just generally detached because I don't know, he's feeling a little confused about certain bits of information. He doesn't particularly know if he can trust certain people, and in a way, he's also feeling a little bit, I don't know, like not reached out to, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't
Correct.
really, I don't really have much.
No,
I'm not
that's
really influenced by
I-
too many people, so I'm probably gonna take it away from Archie.
All right.
Yeah, I mean that's very fair considering Archie pulled some shady shit as well.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's like, oh yeah, I didn't find anything.
No.
By the way, here's a thing I found, and I lied to
Yeah,
everybody
I
in front
lied.
of you.
found-
Yes.
I lied.
All
You're
right.
lying, Morgan.
Yeah.
All right. I think with that, we will move on to Gary. Glow closer into your own image or away from the team.
Gary.
I think that Gideon has grown away from the team as well.
Ah.
Yeah.
All right. Explain
No,
I
why
don't
you
think
feel
that he
detached.
feels. I think he feels like he was getting a lot of blame and being treated like a kid, and that people were keeping. They weren't working like a team, and because of that, he felt like he was the reason for that. Whether he was or not, he felt like he was the reason people were like going off and doing their own thing and
Oh, buddy.
keeping stuff.
All right. Who loses influence?
This is so tragic to me.
And he's gonna take influence away from Pariah.
Oh.
Ah.
Pariah, ironically,
You wanna
becoming
know?
the pariah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
no,
no.
that's actually not. That's exactly what he wants. Is he doesn't. He's a
Damn it.
dummy. But anyway,
Yep.
Damn
it's
it, it's what he wants.
especially heartbreaking to me because in both of your situations, Pariah had wise words for both you guys, and he wanted to make you feel better. But he just decided to focus on Levi because that's like the priority
Yeah.
at the moment.
Yeah.
Like,
Yep.
That's fair.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's kind of fun so far. Like the
Oh,
first
yeah.
3, I was like, yeah, man, I came into my
Yeah.
own. And like we came closer as a team. I'm doing a great job as a leader, man. I'm
Great.
so supportive. I don't know.
Oh no. All right.
This sucks.
With that, next up is Pariah. Closer, grow away,
Pariah.
or grow into your own image.
well, you know, I was actually going to go with the come into my own, but after hearing all of that, I think it's far more appropriate to say that Pariah actually grew closer to the team this time. His talk with Levi actually was, I think, the first time he's opened up to literally anybody since his uncle's death. I've already gotten influence from him from that conversation, I believe. So I will instead be marking a potential, which will give me 4 out of 5.
Woo. Nice.
You can clear condition or mark potential. You give him influence over you.
No.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh, right.
Really?
Regardless, yeah.
Ha! Put it back.
Put the thing back where it came from also help me.
Put it back, Bob.
So Levi gets influence over you, and you get to clear a condition or mark potential.
I'm going to mark potential.
All right. All right then. With that, we move on to the final part of an issue, which is what is the cover gonna be?
Oh shit.
Ooh.
Honest,
for mine,
I have.
sorry, just before we go on to the next one,
Mhm.
I gave Pariah influence over me there,
Ah.
Hey, you lose some, you gain some.
and then I do want to see just real quick if I can figure this out with y'all here.
Mm,
The only one I didn't, so I did have Pluck is helping me understand this weirdo future. I had another one that was I saved someone important to X, and they're now my biggest defender. I don't have. Does anyone have anything that resonates with that at all? Because if not, we'll talk about it offline. But if I could get that, that would be.
It'd be
Just
someone,
like save them.
yeah, from one of the
Oh,
someone
so
important
That
to one of
might
the
be
characters.
Gideon.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if Gideon, if like something with, if I was able to save, maybe I saved Pluck at one point at the beginning. I don't know. I have no idea. Or is there someone else? Who did I
What
save?
can you repeat what it is?
I saved someone important to X. They're now my biggest defender.
That makes
Someone
sense for
important.
Gideon, I think. Like
Mm.
Could
maybe
make sense
you
for
did something.
Sorry?
Could make sense for Archie too, given that your relationship with Max in the past.
Huh? That's a good point.
Maybe
Yeah,
but
because the
it
past
wouldn't
relationship.
have necessarily
There is
saved him
literally
from
no
his
one in
future fate.
No.
Yeah, there is also literally no one in Archie's corner other than potentially Levi right now too. It's like, oh yeah, I knew your uncle. He was good. I knew him before
Yeah.
he went fucking insane. I knew him before he started his
cool.
podcast. Yeah, I knew him before he started his podcast.
Oh
What
no.
the fuck put talk radio in this?
Oh god.
What is this? Is this the Today Show? What? I didn't even know they did it on broadcast.
no.
That's fucking
I
wild.
think I'm gonna give Gideon the influence over me. I gotta get back somehow.
No, we got our chat. We can talk about it.
Yeah. Okay. And then
I actually already have influence over Levi, I guess from last session.
Yeah.
But-
Wait, did we do?
Well, it's possible. Like it could still be there for like backstory
Yeah.
reasons.
Yeah.
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 Fine.
Did we
Well,
do
We'll just say that.
cosplay's end of session move? Because I might have forgotten.
I think we didn't.
No, I don't think.
no,
I
that's
think-
why I was. That,
Yes.
I,
Yeah.
I was
Had to
doing
leave.
That's what I
Yeah.
said really quick.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm back
So-
on track.
Because I have to figure out someone I'm
Oh,
I'm
right.
growing closer to the team, and
Yeah.
I've got to figure out who I have influence to in
Right.
order to get influenced by another person.
Got
So-
it.
Yeah.
Because I've got two to start with, and then I've got the third, which was gonna be Pariah here. So
Hell
I can
yeah.
figure that.
Yeah.
All right.
Anyway, I think I figured it out. We'll see if I'm wrong. And then I took potential and growing closer to the team.
Perfect. Right. Sorry, I forgot you. I'm. Yeah.
All good.
We're all quite tired.
Brain sleepy.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, it's only 1:30.
Many cookies.
I've been up
We
since
so
6
powerful.
a.m.
We're not for the tired, sleepy.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, man.
But yes. End of issue. Issue.
Yeah.
Cover. What's it called?
I've got a couple ideas.
Mhm.
Like,
Ooh.
I could see, Pariah just kind of reaching into the VHS and like finding the drive, and just everyone else in the background kind of like not like actively like not looking at him, and he's just kind of like
Ooh.
his eyes behind us, or just like us driving back and you know, Pluck in the front seat just like reading the fucking comic book, Archie like gripping the wheel,
Yeah.
and the other like
Guys like
Gideon-
listening
Gideon-
to very loud music.
yeah, Gideon and Kai like kind of disassociating out of the window, and Levi just like looking up at Archie from the middle seat.
I see.
Is a good one too.
I love all of those. I see us coming out of the swirly vortex, and we're all like stretched. You know, like
Yeah.
like we're going down a drain kind of thing. That's what I see.
Good too.
It just looks like the cover of like a beach episode, except none of us are in beach clothes and we're
Oh,
in like
no.
I think.
Ooh, it'd
We're-
be cool if like
we're all
half in
scrunchy
our
cats.
costumes and half,
Yeah.
half in like
Scrunchy
our
I think
civvies.
an interesting
Yeah.
thing would be like, yeah, kind of like that beach episode kind of thing. But what if we had like two images where one it's you guys kind of facing towards the front, and then it's another like a photograph picture of the old group that cosplay was a
That's
part
the
of
one
with
I
their
was thinking.
backs turned.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I like
that's
that.
good
Yeah.
too.
I was
Yeah.
trying to figure out a way to work that out too. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes.
All right.
Awesome.
Very fun. Very fun. All
So,
right.
Very
that's the
fun.
main thing. We see you guys, and we also see the old group that you are following in the footsteps of, seemingly, with their backs turned towards you, the reader.
Yeah.
Very good.
Nice.
Yeah, that
Oh,
could be another
boy.
fun thing is like the photo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I saw around the photo and like you see our backs and we're just looking at the
Or maybe kind of like
Polaroid
silhouettes.
picture.
Yeah, or like silhouettes or reflections over people they kind of parallel or have
Ooh,
connections to.
What if it's you guys standing
Yeah.
over the
Ooh.
lake, and the reflection is that of the people in the past?
Oh,
That's
so
Yeah.
good. Oh,
Yeah.
so good.
We've
I like
done
that.
it.
We've done it.
All right, I think that's good.
We did the thing.
All right. And yeah, I think with that, we're done. I hope you guys, your viewers, have enjoyed this second issue of Masks Unregistered. And I'd just like to say thank you to my wonderful, wonderful cast. You guys are amazing as always. Thank you all.
That's us. We're
I
the
th-
cast.
Yeah, it's you guys. I think with that, we can go into outros and shoutouts and stuff like that. So let's start with... let's get weird.
Give me
Gary,
that.
you go first.
Gary, you could find me at Gary C. Stern on Twitter, and that will have all the information you need.
Yeah.
All right, very nice.
Short and sweet.
Let's go Mars.
Cool. I Vivid Bees on twitter.com, and I'm also in other places. Don't try to find me.
Very nice. Next up is Liam.
Hi everybody, I'm Liam. I'm at Darth Coakley on Twitter and other places. You can find me there as well. I am not going to plug anything else tonight, even though there are things I should be plugging because I'm very tired. But come check out Pendragon. Bob will say more. And you'll have my plugs there.
All right. Next up, Rebecca. What you got?
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I played Luck. And I'm at Queen of Ferelden on Twitter and Serpentine Muse pretty much everywhere else. So, I don't know. Come find me, I guess, or don't. I don't care. Whatever. What'd you have for lunch today?
Channeling that inner teenager from Mask, right?
Whatever. I
whatever.
don't care.
Or
don't.
So random.
All right.
Like, who cares? I don't.
Yeah.
Oh no, whatever.
Up next, Bob. What you got to shout out?
Taking Time Bob, Taking Time Bob G on Twitch. We play Pendragon on Sundays and Tuesdays, and sometimes other times. You can find me at Taking Time Bob Gaming on Twitch, where we stream those games, and we have some future D coming up. Not all of us, but a couple of us. So we'll be streaming that as well. And yeah, I think that's all I got, probably.
All right. Perfect.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! And finally, I am Mark of the Cat's Meow RPG show. I hope you all have enjoyed. Stay tuned for more content and stuff like that. Our next episode
I love
will be 2 weeks from now. On Tuesday, Thursday.
I mean,
the
9th.
March
Shit.
10th. Yeah.
No, 9th.
Oh,
Time
March
zones.
9th.
9th.
Yeah.
Time zone.
Yes.
I trusted Mark so much. I remembered what he said on the video.
I said the
was like,
10th,
he
but I
said
was
the 10th,
wrong.
right?
It's 10th my time.
I trust
9
you.
most of
Yeah,
your time.
believe
Yeah.
you.
I lie. So yes,
Ah.
it is Tuesday, the 9th of March at 4 p.m. PST. Join us.
Thursday.
Be
I think it's
there
Thursday.
or be circular. and I hope you guys have enjoyed us so
We
far.
believe.
I'm at here on Twitch at the Cat's Meow _98. This will also be uploaded to the YouTube channel at the Cat's Meow
Speed.
Show.
The YouTube.
So
I have to stitch it together.
exactly.
You-
If you're watching it on now,
So
yeah, welcome. And
Hi. Howdy.
Oh,
we have a Twitch. Join us. Watch live. Yeah. I also have a Twitter that I barely use, of the same name, catchmeow _98. And I think that's about all I have left. So, yeah.
Farewell.
yeah, man, let's dip.
See you guys.
Farewell.
Bye.
Take care, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Away.
Bye.